the psychological weapon that makes you emotionally unbeatable. Today, I am going to give you a psychological weapon that I learned from 500 of the most powerful people in the world. A weapon so strong that no one will ever be able to defeat you emotionally. But let me warn you, if you stop this video within 30 seconds, you will remain a slave to other people's reactions for the rest of your life. However, if you stay with me for the next 10 minutes, I will reveal a secret that Andrew Carnegie once told me in a closed room. That night, he said, "Napoleon, teach this technique only to those who can handle it. Others will misuse it. So tell me, are you ready? The truth about unbreakable people. Look, my friend, I won't lie to you. I spent my entire life studying one thing. What makes people who never give up different from ordinary people? For 25 years, I lived among more than 500 millionaires and industrialists. I visited their homes, ate with them, observed them closely, and wrote down everything. And the most shocking discovery was this. Backhand index pointing right, they were not more talented. Backhand index pointing right, they were not luckier. They just had one thing that made them different. Their mind was not shaken by external events. The psychological weapon that makes you emotionally unbeatable. Today, I am going to give you a psychological weapon that I learned from 500 of the most powerful people in the world. A weapon so strong that no one will ever be able to defeat you emotionally. But let me warn you, if you stop this video within 30 seconds, you will remain a slave to other people's reactions for the rest of your life. However, if you stay with me for the next 10 minutes, I will reveal a secret that Andrew Carnegie once told me in a closed room. That night, he said, "Napoleon, teach this technique only to those who can handle it. Others will misuse it. So tell me, are you ready? Hear an insult, smile face rejection, focus on the next move, experience failure, extract the lesson and move forward." It was as if they had a switch inside them that controlled their emotions. And today I'm going to give you that switch. It was 1937. I was sitting alone in a small hotel room, broken, defeated. My book Think and Grow Rich was rejected by every publisher. They said, "This won't sell. Who will read philosophical ideas? People want practical things." That night, 20 years of hard work felt useless. Then I remembered something Andrew Carnegie once told me. The day you realize that someone else's opinion cannot change your truth, you become unstoppable. That night, I asked myself one question. Do I believe this book can change lives? The answer was yes. Then why should anyone else's opinion matter? From that day, I made a rule. Backhand index pointing right, I will only take advice from people who are already where I want to be. Backhand index pointing right, everyone else is just noise. And you know what happened? That same book went on to sell over 100 million copies. The uncomfortable truth. Now let me tell you something uncomfortable. You say you want to be mentally strong. But be honest. Someone ignored you on WhatsApp, you thought about it all day, your Instagram post got fewer likes. You felt demotivated, someone mocked your dreams, you started doubting yourself. I'm not judging you. I'm telling you the truth. Because until you accept the problem, you cannot fix it. Henry Ford once said, "People don't want to become mentally strong. They just want to feel good temporarily." That's why they watch motivational videos, feel excited for 2 days, and then go back to old habits. Technique 1. The 5-second emotional reset, Rockefeller method. I learned this from John D. Rockefeller. One day, someone told him he had lost millions in a deal. I expected anger, panic, frustration. Instead, he closed his eyes for 5 seconds, took a breath, smiled, said, "Okay, what's next?" Later, he told me, "I give myself 5 seconds to feel the emotion. After that, I delete it and focus on the solution." Principle: feel it, accept it, release it, move on. Emotions are like waves, they come and go. But if you hold on to them, they drown you. Technique 2. The mental filter, Edison method. In the lab of Thomas Edison, I saw a board. "Not everything deserves your attention." He told me, "I receive hundreds of messages daily. If I respond to all, I will never work." He had a notebook with only 5 names. Backhand index pointing right, only those 5 people's opinions mattered. Why? They were experts, they had achieved something, their intentions were good, they were ahead of him. Everyone else? Backhand index pointing right, just opinions, not facts. Technique 3. Choose your battles, Roosevelt rule. I learned this from Theodore Roosevelt. He said, "I only fight battles that move my mission forward." He divided life into 2 parts. Battles worth fighting. Decisions that shape the future, actions aligned with values, work that moves the mission forward, battles to ignore. Personal attacks, drama, people's opinions. Real strength is not reacting to everything. It is choosing what deserves your energy. The realization that changes everything. Here's the truth. Backhand index pointing right, the more you react, the more control you lose. Backhand index pointing right, the more you ignore, the more powerful you become. Rocket the 7-day challenge. Now it's your turn. For the next 7 days, whenever someone insults you, ignores you, rejects you, criticizes you, do this. Pause for 5 seconds, close your eyes, take a deep breath, feel the emotion, release it, ask, "Does this affect my main goal? If not, move on." Let me add something beyond this. Most people think power equals controlling others. But real power is backhand index pointing right, controlling your reaction when others try to control you. When you stop reacting, you stop being predictable, you stop being manipulated, you become mentally free. And mental freedom is the highest level of success. 95% of people consume motivation. Only 5% apply it. And that 5% changes their life. So now the real question is, backhand index pointing right, will you just read this backhand index pointing right, or will you apply it? Speech balloon, powerful closing line. Life does not belong to those who deserve it. Life belongs to those who take action. Now go and show the world who you really are. Fire.